tell me exactly what you need, don't hide behind something, don't say one thing and do another, we won't get along very well if that's how you're approaching the development that you wanna do. So lay it all out on the table, we'll lay it all out on the table, and somewhere there's gonna be some overlap, and there's also gonna be some need for adjustment on their side. You know, so, you know, if they're unwilling to hear what the township wants, then that's not gonna go so good for them. So, you know, that open dialogue is something that I have believed in for my entire career, and it applies on both sides, whether I'm representing an applicant or whether I'm representing a municipality. And that's just my philosophy, so I wanted you guys to know that. And I also want to emphasize what Ken said as far as dialogue with the public that attends meetings. First of all, hats off to you for being here. My daughter used to come to public meetings for years, so there's townships and Berks in Montgomery County that ask me about my daughter who's now 28, because I used to drag her to meetings. But the hearing from the public is important. I know there are some townships that put really strict and rigid controls on it, and I think that adhering to that rigidity is not necessarily a good thing. There's times when you need to limit discussion, but you're here to hear what they have to say, and they're here to tell you what they have to say. So that open dialogue, I think, is something really good. And I just want to echo what you just said.
Just to expound on what he said, our law firm does not represent developers. So that we rarely have conflicts, you know, of interest in any way. But with Rich and our firm, we now have the benefit of how developers, you know, approach projects, and you know, he's been quiet about it, but I mean, there's an awful lot about, you know, stormwater and development and environmental issues, things like that. And he's got 30-ish years of history, you know, doing that kind of work. So brings, you know, information to the table that will be helpful, I think, to the township.
Right, great. Okay. Well, I think we are done with that then, and I will turn it back over to Bill, since we are done the interviews.
Okay, so we're concluded with Ken, but I'll bring it back to everybody here. Do we have any public comment or anything?
No, not right now.
This is gonna be your last chance. For this evening, anyway.
Yeah, this goes.
Yeah, we're not gonna revisit anything, it's
Well,
just,
the thing is, with Ken and Bill in the room, it's, you know, we may want to say things about what we heard from the other applicants, that's what
I
I'm
see.
saying.
so we weren't gonna do that. We weren't gonna do that.
Oh, okay.
What we were gonna do is just public comment, anything else township-wise, you guys
Oh,
want
okay.
to put out there. 1, 2, 3, no. Okay, so with that, Ken and Rich, you guys are good. Announcements, we just have the suggestion box for Community Day and other community events. Ready Monco, make sure you guys sign up for that. And they're still looking for volunteers for Community Day and for the Swamp Creek Stomp. So if you guys know anybody that wants to come out and volunteer, we should do that, both of them great causes. And what I'm gonna do is adjourn this meeting, and so I'm gonna adjourn this meeting to go to executive session for personnel matters.
Yes.
Is this adjournment final, or are we gonna come back to this here? How are we gonna?
Yeah, you know, it's a good question. I had given it just a teeny bit of thought, but I think the way the agenda is done, there wouldn't be any coming back.
Okay.
And I don't expect even tonight, especially without your third member, that you'll, you know, wanna make a decision on any of the personnel matters.
Sure.
So your next meeting is when you could call a special meeting, like if after the personnel session, you decide, you know, we should do this or
Yeah.
do that. You'll have to do that at a public meeting. That would
Okay.
also be your opportunity, I guess, to talk, because they're gonna decide on the solicitor at their next public meeting.
Right.
And that'll be a little awkward, like whether I would be here or not here.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll work through that somehow.
Yeah.
To give, you know, people should have an opportunity to say,
Absolutely.
you know, if acting on a personnel matter had to be done next week, I would suggest you call a special meeting. If it can wait a week, when is the next workshop? That's April.
April 2nd, third,
Which isn't-
I think it's the
So
third,
it's 2
Which
weeks
isn't
from
too
now.
far away.
April 3rd, sorry,
Yeah.
I gotta change calendar.
But I kind of go through all that to say, you know, if it were on the agenda to take some action tonight, you could recess you know, this public meeting.
Come back
Ask
to it.
everybody to leave, do an executive session, and then come back and take some official action. But that's not how this is set up.
Right.
And I don't know that you'd be prepared to do that tonight anyway.
No,
And if 2 weeks is soon enough, then that's when you'll do, you know, if you're going to do.
right,
take
so
some
we can
action,
decide that after this
Yep.
email.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn this meeting, and the board's gonna, go into an executive session just for personnel matters. All right?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. You only
I'm
got-
just saying, I said that.
Oh, was I supposed to second that? I second that.